Welcome back to the show, guys. The Bryze is here. Guys, time at the Bryze. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. We got a whole bunch of sports going on this weekend, so I suggest if you're placing a bet or thinking about placing some bets, this is the weekend to do it. We got college football. We got UFC 294. Main card starts at 2 p.m. because they're fighting in Abu Dhabi, so the time changed there. You got the MLB playoffs, the ALCS and NLCS going on, and then obviously you got NFL Sunday going on as well. But yeah, lots of sports going on. I can't wait. Obviously, the big Michigan State game is this weekend at 7:30 p.m. on NBC. Two Big Ten teams going at it, an iconic rivalry, obviously, especially if you're living in the state of Michigan like I am. This rivalry, I've been watching it ever since I was a little kid. So go blue, take care of business. Don't overlook Michigan State, even though they're not having the greatest season this year. It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen, So Michigan, just go in there, take care of business, run the ball, play good defense, do what you've been doing past 7 weeks, and take care of business in East Lansing. So yeah, we got that going on. But yeah, now we got to start today's episode, obviously, as always, with the NFL. So week 7 already, so the Bryce has to make his picks. We got a Thursday night game on tonight. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars going up to New Orleans Saints. Should be an interesting one. New Orleans Saints are 3-3. Jacksonville Jaguars are 4-2. They're playing in New Orleans. I think New Orleans is getting 2 points, according to ESPN. But I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game tonight on the road in New Orleans. So I got Jacksonville beating the Saints tonight. So that's tonight's game, 8:15 p.m. on Amazon Prime Video. Check it out, place your bets, and get your fantasy football lineups ready for that. So Jacksonville, that's my pick, and then all the Sunday picks I have to make right now. So let's go through the list. We got the Vegas Raiders at Chicago. I don't know, the two struggling teams offensively, it seems like. Chicago playing at home. Justin Fields doesn't look too good. I think he got hurt last week. The Vegas Raiders, gotta love Devontae Adams, right? So I'm going to take the Vegas Raiders to win this one on the road against the Chicago Bears. So I got Vegas Raiders there. Cleveland at Indianapolis. I like Cleveland's defense in this one. Anthony Richardson, unfortunately, the rookie quarterback out of Florida, is having season-ending shoulder surgery, so he's done for the year. Cleveland's defense takes care of business in this one. They gave the 49ers their first loss last week. That was crazy. So I think they continue that going into Indianapolis. So I got Cleveland defeating the Colts there. You got Buffalo at New England. New England's trash. This is a division game. I like Buffalo on the road winning that one. Washington Commanders at the New York Giants. Another division game. I like Washington winning that one. You got the Atlanta Falcons going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. I think they rebound after losing to the Detroit Lions last week. So Tampa Bay wins that one. Detroit on the road against Baltimore. That's going to be a very tough game. Do not overlook Baltimore. They're a good team. Obviously, Lamar Jackson has his struggles at times. That's obvious. But I think Detroit, they've been really good winning the last 4 games. And Jared Goff looks amazing. That defense looks amazing. They're clicking on all cylinders. Brian Branch might be back this week. Jahmyr Gibbs might play this week as well. Obviously, David Montgomery is going to be out for a while. That kind of sucks. But if Jahmyr Gibbs comes back, if Brian Branch comes back, two powerhouses on both sides of the ball. Obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs on the offensive side, and Brian Branch on the defensive side. Both rookies, too. Both from Alabama, so it's crazy enough, right? But yeah, this one I got the Detroit Lions. I'm going to roll with the Detroit Lions. I like what they're. I like what I'm seeing from them. Both sides of the ball, they're just playing great football right now. I think they get the win on the road against Baltimore. It's going to be a tough game, though. So if you want to place your bets for that one, go ahead. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game for the Detroit Lions, but they're going to get the win, in my opinion. I think they walk out of there with a W. So I got the Lions there. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Rams. I like the Rams in this one at home. I think they could take care of business. So you got Arizona at Seattle, another division game. I like Seattle at home, winning that one. You got Green Bay at Denver. I like Green Bay winning this one. Denver's just a shit show right now. So you got that game, and then the Los Angeles Chargers going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, 4:25 on CBS. So division game. The Chargers did not look too good this past Monday night against the Dallas Cowboys. Kansas City at home, always a tough one. But the Detroit Lions, first game of the season, they beat them on the road. But I think Kansas City is going to win this one at home against the Chargers. So I got Kansas City winning that one. You got Miami at Philadelphia. This is the Sunday night game this week, so this is going to be a really interesting one. Both 5-1. The offenses are looking pretty good. Man, I don't know, dude. It's a tough one. But I think Miami, with how much they're scoring right now, and then I just saw a stat yesterday on one of my Instagram pages. I think it was from ESPN.com or NFL. One of their pages, that Miami is leading the league in passing and rushing, and I think they continue that going to Philadelphia Sunday night. So I got the Miami Dolphins beating the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday night for Sunday Night Football. And then Monday Night Football, you got the 49ers traveling to the Minnesota Vikings. I like the 49ers, even though they suffered their first loss last week. So did the Eagles against the Jets. San Fran losing to the Cleveland Browns. I think they rebound. Christian McCaffrey's questionable, so that's definitely something to look out for. And then obviously with Minnesota, we know Justin Jefferson's going to be on IR, so he's missing at least 4 games. So we won't be seeing him. But hopefully Christian McCaffrey plays because he's awesome. But if he doesn't play, I still think the 49ers take care of business against Minnesota. So, yeah, you got that. And then the bye weeks for Week 7. You got Cincinnati on a bye, Dallas, Tennessee, the New York Jets, Carolina Panthers, and the Houston Texans. So, yeah, those are the Bryce's picks for Week 7. How did I do? Am I crazy? Am I drunk? I'm definitely exhausted. I mean, you can probably tell in my eyes. Yeah, crazy, dude. I'm just ready for the weekend, like most of you are. So, but yeah, those are the Bryce's picks for Week 7. How did I do? Let me know in the comments section. And yeah, Week 7 already, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing good in your fantasy football leagues. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this season so far. And then if you're from Detroit, if you're from Michigan, or if you're a Lions fan from anywhere, the Lions are looking pretty good. So a lot happy faces so far. Hopefully they can get that W against the Baltimore Ravens. I think they will. They're playing some good football right now. So yeah, that's NFL Week 7. So good luck in fantasy and watch some NFL this weekend, play some bets. So with that, we got to hop over to college football as we usually do. So I saw this story pop up on my phone a few hours ago while I was work. So the NCAA is investigating Michigan for sign stealing. So that was really interesting. I'm looking at this article on ESPN.com. So basically, sign stealing is not illegal, according to the NCAA, but they do prohibit in-person advanced scouting on opponents and has bylaws prohibiting unsportsmanlike activities. This is all from ESPN.com. And then there was a report by Yahoo Sports that Michigan had people go to future opponents' games and then possible opponents for the college football playoff, see what they did, signs-wise on offense and defense. I mean, that's just scouting, right? I mean, what's so bad about that? It's like, a few months ago, Michigan was being investigated over recruiting violations during the COVID dead period. And, obviously, it is what it is for that situation. But now this is just stupid. It's scouting, and it's kind of ironic that they throw this bullshit out here when it's Michigan State weekend, one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports. Paul Bunyan Trophy, in-state rivalry, lots of great matchups over the years, and now Michigan's got to deal with this. So I think that's kind of ironic how they just throw that out there, a couple days before Michigan travels to East Lansing to take on Michigan State. In that classic rivalry game for the Paul Bunyan Trophy. So yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about that. I think it's pretty stupid. I just think it's scouting. Like why do we have scouts in the first place? It would be nice to maybe get a heads up of who you're going up against. You go to a game blind, and you don't know what to expect. At least with scouting and watching film, you have an idea. So yeah, this is just stupid. I think it's just a waste of the NCAA's time, Big Ten Conference's time, all of college sports' time. There's other things the NCAA can investigate. In my opinion, I know I sound very biased, but I just think it's stupid. It really is. Like I said, Michigan going up against Michigan State this weekend. They got bigger and better things to worry about. So, yeah, this is stupid, in my opinion. How you guys feel about it? But, yeah, I just found out about it a few hours ago on my phone while I was at work. So, crazy shit going on there. But now we got to talk about actual college football, the games this weekend, obviously. And then, like I mentioned before, we got Michigan State. I got Michigan winning this one. Don't sleep on Sparty, though. This is a rivalry game. I know Michigan State's not the greatest team this year, but anything can happen. So Michigan going to East Lansing, kick ass, take care of business, keep the Paul Bunyan Trophy in Ann Arbor, and then move on to the next week. But yeah, do not overlook Michigan State. I have a feeling they might do that, but if they run the ball like they've been and play great defense, they'll win that game without question. Michigan State, I just don't know. Their identity is kind of confusing. They don't really have good players on both sides of the ball. Obviously, the whole Mel Tucker situation kind of screwed them up a little bit, screwed up the players. I think that's kind of bullshit. I kind of feel bad for the players. But yeah, obviously dealing with that. And yeah, Michigan State, I don't know. Like I said, just offense and defense, just no star players. And then obviously you got Keon Coleman, who used to play for Michigan State. He transferred to Florida State, and he's an absolute stud, right? Yeah, only the Michigan State that would happen. But yeah, I still got Michigan winning this one. I wonder what the line is for that game. I mean, it's got to be double digits, right? I mean, we can probably check right now. But Michigan will win that game against Michigan State. That's my pick. Go Blue. Like I said, take care of business. No fucking around. Just go in there and beat Sparty. Keep the Paul Bunyan Trophy in Ann Arbor. Continue your wins, 8-0, and then move on to the next week. So, yeah, 7:30, that game, under the lights on NBC. Classic rivalry game. The Bryes will definitely be watching them. We're having family over. It's a tradition. We watch it with the family. It's gonna be an interesting one. I think it always is. Depending, I mean, obviously there's been years where Michigan State has kicked our ass, and there's been years where Michigan has kicked their ass. Anything can happen this weekend. So, but I got Michigan obviously winning against Michigan State. So yeah, go Blue. Take care of business and get that W. So yeah, you got that game going on. You got 2 games on tonight, and you got 1 on tomorrow, and then obviously the whole lineup of Saturday games. You got number 7 Penn State, and then number 3 Ohio State at noon kickoff, Fox Sports. I want Penn State to win. I really do, because I hate Ohio State, but I don't know. That's gonna be an interesting one. Penn State has played upset before against the Buckeyes in years past. They're playing in the Horseshoe, so that is an advantage for Ohio State. That'll be a good one. But yeah, watch that one. Play some bets maybe. Penn State at Ohio State, 12 p.m. noon on Fox. So yeah, the Bryes will definitely be watching that game. UCF's going up against number 6 Oklahoma. Let's see what else we got here. Washington State at number 9 Oregon. Tennessee, shout out to Crazy Chris, going up against Alabama. So Tennessee beat Alabama last year. Crazy ass game there, so that should be another interesting game. 3:30 p.m. on CBS, so check that one out. Let's see. Number 8 Texas going up against Houston, University of Houston. Ole Miss going up against Auburn. Michigan at Michigan State, obviously 7:30 p.m. on NBC. That should be an interesting one there. And then the ABC 7:30 p.m. game. We got Duke at Florida State. I hope Duke pulls off the upset. That would be crazy. But it should be another good game. Army at LSU. Utah at USC. 8 o'clock on Fox. Another good one. Utah can definitely play upset there. I mean, USC got their asses handed to them last weekend against Notre Dame. Looking to rebound there. And then Clemson at Miami. And then you got UCLA at Stanford. Number 5 Washington going up against Arizona State. So yes, some pretty good games this weekend for college football. The Bryes will be watching some of them. Obviously, I'll be watching the Michigan State game. That's gonna be a good one. So yeah, place your bets and watch some college football this weekend. So yeah, go Blue, go Blue. Sorry, Sparty. So yeah, we got that, and then now we gotta go through the rankings for college football. So the AP top 25. They have Georgia at 1, Michigan's at 2, which I know controversial, right? They haven't played anyone. I will agree to that. I think their biggest test coming up will be against Penn State in a couple weeks. But yeah, like I said, don't overlook Michigan State, though. I'm telling you, man, go in there and go in the East Lansing and take care of business. They know what to do. But yeah, they got the 2 spot. Ohio State at 3, and then Florida State's at 4. So that's your college football playoff right now if the season ended. And then you got Washington at 5, Oklahoma at 6, 7's Penn State, 8 is Texas, 9 is Oregon, 10 is North Carolina. So wow, and then Alabama is at 11. Crazy. But yeah, that's according to the AP Top 25, Associated Press Top 25. Very, very reliable source there. But yeah, those are your rankings after 7-8 weeks of college football. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, go blue. So yeah, you got that. And now we got to hop over to fight night, or fight afternoon, really. UFC 294 is going to be happening. The main card's happening at 2 p.m. This weekend, this Saturday at 2 p.m. We got Islam Makhachev defending the lightweight title. He was supposed to defend it against Charles Oliveira. He had to pull out due to an injury he suffered at sparring. Alexander Volkanovski jumps in, 11 days notice. He was 181 pounds. He had a week and a half, almost 11 days to cut down to 155. That is disgusting, dude. But yeah, another rematch, obviously, between these two fighters. Obviously, they fought earlier this year, I think February. I watched that fight. Volkanovski definitely won. He should have won the championship that night, but they gave it to Makhachev. Hopefully, Volkanovski gets his revenge. Hopefully, he redeems himself. I think he does. I think he beats Islam Makhachev for the UFC lightweight championship. So I'm placing my bet there. I got Alexander Volkanovski beating Islam Makhachev for the lightweight title. That's your main event. Like I said, main card, 2 p.m. They're fighting in Abu Dhabi. The Bryce is going to at least try to watch this. But like I said, lots of sports going on this weekend. If you're thinking about placing a bet, you got a bunch of sports to choose from. So you got that. And then the co-main event, the new co-main event, really. It was supposed to be Khamzat Chimaev going up against Paulo Costa. Costa had to pull out because infection with his elbow. I saw a photo of it. It's disgusting. So UFC obviously didn't clear him. And then out comes Kamaru Usman. I haven't seen him fight in a while. He's moving up to middleweight, so looking pretty big at the weigh-ins today. I saw on my phone a couple minutes ago. So Kamaru Usman going up against Khamzat Chimaev in the co-main event at the middleweight bout there. So, man, I don't know. I feel like Usman will give Chimaev some trouble, but I think Chimaev wins this one. So I got Chimaev beating Usman. I like Usman, I really do, but I think Chimaev is the stronger fighter in this one. It's going to be a grappling match for sure. Both are wrestlers, so it's hopefully it's not boring. Hopefully we get to see some action, but yeah, I think Chimaev will be victorious. So yeah, those are the 2 fights I really care about. But yeah, like I said, I think this fight card got better, and I think that everyone will agree to that. If you're a big mixed martial arts fan, like I am, the Bryce loves his fights. So, and then Johnny Walker's on this card as well. Big name, light heavyweight, going at it. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for the main card. But yeah, 2 p.m. 2 p.m., not 10 p.m. like it usually is. 2 p.m. this Saturday, UFC 294. Place your bets. I got two good fights going on. But yeah, Volkanovski and Chimaev are my picks. Who are your picks for those 2 fights? It's going to be a good one. Watch it, and yeah, we'll see who wins. So yeah, you got that. And then yeah, we got UFC 295 next month, November 11th, 10 p.m. this time. So back in the States, we got John Jones going up against Stipe Miocic for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be a good one. And then the co-main event, we got Alex Pereira going up against Yuri Prochaska for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. It's vacant because Jamal Hill, I think he tore his Achilles, so he had to give up the title. So whoever wins this one will be the champion. And that's going to be a really good one as well. Diego Lopez, he's fighting. Seen a couple of his fights. He's a savage. So you got that. Jessica Andrade going up against Mackenzie Dern. So that's going to be a good one. So yeah, another good pay-per-view there. So yeah, watch UFC 295 Saturday, November 11th. Excuse me. And then last pay-per-view of the year for UFC, you got UFC 296 Saturday, December 16th. You got Leon Edwards defending the welterweight title against Colby Covington. That's going to be an interesting one. And the flyweight championship on the line, co-main event. You got Alexandre Pantoja going up against Brandon Royval. That's going to be a good one there. Stephen Thompson's in action there. Tony Ferguson still fighting, man. It's crazy. Going up against Paddy Pimblett, and then Vincente Luque going up against Ian Gary, and that's your main card there. So that's going to be a really good one. But yeah, Tony Ferguson, man. Tell you what, he needs to win this one. If he doesn't, he needs to retire because he's on a 6-fight losing streak. He didn't look good in his last fight against Bobby Green. I really think when Justin Gaethje beat the shit out of him, he destroyed him. He mentally, physically, and emotionally, he hasn't been the same since. And then obviously, a couple fights later, he gets kicked in the face by Michael Chandler, and then he taps out to both Nate Diaz and Bobby Green, who are both past their prime. So hopefully Tony Ferguson, El Cocoy, gets a win. I would love to see that. But yeah, if he loses, he's got to retire. I mean, just please, man. I don't want to see him get hit no more. It's just sad. It's really sad seeing that. So, but yeah, UFC 296. Saturday, December 16th, so check that one out. And now we got to end today's episode with some hockey. So yeah, the Detroit Red Wings looking really good. They won their game last night against the Pittsburgh Penguins, 6-3. They looked really good. The third period, they kind of scared me a little bit. Pittsburgh came alive, scored 2 goals, almost tied it up, and then the Red Wings came alive towards the end of the game and scored 2 empty netters, I do believe, and sealed the deal there. And that was a good win. That was a good home win against a very good team, the Pittsburgh Penguins. So, yeah, they're looking good. And I think I read a stat that Alex DeBrincat, the guy we signed from the, I think, Ottawa Senators last year, he's from Michigan. He has 7 points in the last 4 games. Like 6 goals and like 1 assist or 5 goals and 2 assists, something like that. But yeah, production like that, man, that's awesome. That's a kind of guy. That's a kind of a hockey player we need. Guy who can score goals and have assists, set up plays and always be in front of the net. And I think Alex DeBrincat, the cat himself, like the commentators like to call him here in Detroit, really, really good so far. Hopefully he stays healthy, but yeah, he's looking really good. That team's looking really good. I mean, they're fast, they're quick, they're aggressive. I mean, Steve Yzerman gave him a little pep talk, I guess, before the season started. But I know it's early in the season. We're only a few games in, but you know what? They're looking pretty damn good right now. So let's go Red Wings. Keep it up. Keep kicking ass. And, yeah, very impressive win last night. And then I think earlier in the week, Monday, they shut out the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-0. So they're scoring goals, which I'm happy about. Because that's been our problem for a while, just lack of goal scoring or attempted shots at the net. Guys right in front of the goalie and he decides to pass it instead of just shooting the damn puck. So yeah, looking pretty good so far. Yeah, their next game is against Iowa at Iowa, 1 p.m. So yeah, there you go. We got hockey as well. So hockey, we got baseball, we got fight afternoon, really, UFC 294 at 2 p.m. The main card, we got college football, we got the NFL. Place your bets, man. It's going to be a good weekend for sports. Gotta love it, right? So, yeah, Detroit at Ottawa this weekend, 1 p.m. Get the win, boys. Let's go Red Wings. Take care of business and go Blue. Go Red Wings. Go Lions. I love this time, man. It's awesome. So, with that, we are done for today. So, thank you so much, as always, for joining the Brise right here on Guys Time the Brise. This episode will be available, as always, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check it out. You guys are amazing. Got my t-shirt on today. Obviously, maybe next time I'll have a jersey on or the black t-shirt, Guys Time the Brise t-shirt. We'll go from there. And, yeah, the Brise is going to be watching sports this weekend. I might place a bet. We'll see. Obviously, anything can happen at this point, but I'm definitely going to be watching Michigan State, so go Blue. Like I said, take care of business, no bullshit, just go in East Lansing and dominate. And then Red Wings get that win this weekend. Lions beat Baltimore on the road. That would be awesome. And, yeah, hopefully my fantasy football teams do better than they did last week. So with that, guys, the Brise is out. Peace. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Enjoy this weekend. Stay safe. Watch some sports. Get your fantasy football lineups ready. And you guys take care. All right. Adios. The Brise is out.